I got that pass, though, I'm gonna ask permission if I could kick it. Checking the repertoire, I got that rep on par with the best who did it. Let's get it how I'm living. Shout out to the ones that with them. Think that I wanted a ransom where ends gold dog when I'm in the building. And it kind of ironic. Who would have thought that?
Today, we're talking about shooting fitness B-roll. So the first thing to cover when shooting fitness videos is going to be frame rate and shutter speed. There's plenty of tutorials out there on the science behind it, but if you want to shoot something that looks cinematic, you're typically in 23 frames with your shutter at 1/40 or 1/48, whatever your camera does. For fitness videos too, since things are moving super fast, you actually get a lot of motion blur and it won't sell the impact quite as much if you have that smooth cinematic look. I like to overcrank the shutter to 1/90 and keep it at 23. What that does is give you a little less motion blur, making the impact look a little more real. This isn't necessarily an original idea, I'm not telling you anything groundbreaking, but that is how I shot this boxing B-roll. For an example of that, I warmed up with a jump rope over here today. I shot the first round in 24 frames with a shutter speed of 1/40, and the second round shutter speed of 1/90, and the third round after that, just for kicks and giggles, I did it at shutter speed of 1/320, just to show you the huge difference that the shutter speed makes. Now this is a stylistic choice. You could easily just keep it at 1/40 if you want. The 1/90 just gives you a little more punch. It depends on your style, so don't take that as a concrete rule. This is just how I shot this boxing B-roll, and you can experiment with other ways, see what works for you. So shutter speed and frame rate. Next tip for shooting fitness is going to be going handheld. There's a time and place for a gimbal. Some fitness videos like running and stuff, yeah, you may need a gimbal. For this video in particular, I decided to go handheld, and the rig I used specifically for this video was not ideal. So when you go handheld, you want to keep your hands as far away from the camera as possible to get rid of any sort of jitter from your hands. I kind of used what I had around. I had a little Elderkrane brick that's like a tripod for the floor. I used that to kind of add weight to the bottom, and I had like a $30 hot shoe top handle for the camera, and I just had to hold it really awkwardly, but it got my hands away from the body of the camera. So it's weird to say that it's smoother, but it's going to be less jittery and it'll still sell that impact mixed with the frame rate. So with the frame rate, the shutter speed, and the handheld put together, it makes for one like impactful scene whenever they throw punches or whatnot. Since this video, I upgraded to all the small rig parts for the side handles and the top handle to make it the actual handheld rig that I need. That's on screen now, but you don't need to do that unless it's going to be for professional work. But for this handheld stuff, just use what you have around the house to add weight to it. The top handle I had has a cold shoe on it. I think it was like 30 bucks on Amazon. I'll link it up here in the description. It doesn't take too much to go handheld, and it'll make your video that much more impactful. So another thing to keep in mind, depending on who you're working with, you're probably working with an athlete, and yeah, they may be super strong, but they also do get sore just like you. So this is something I learned from Devin Graham's channel a while back when he worked with all the parkour guys, is I try and give them 3 takes. Like if you're at the gym, you'd probably do 3 sets of something, typically, depending on what you're trying to do. When they're throwing the medicine ball, that's a specific movement you kind of have to learn to follow with the camera. So I'll usually use the first take, try and get it, but with that medicine ball moving, I'll use it to try and get the camera movement down so I know when to anticipate where things will be. So I'll use that second take to absolutely nail down the shot, and if I missed it or they messed up or something, I'll ask them if they could do it again, but I won't make them go through the full set of it. Usually once you have the shot, let them know that you have it and move on. So yeah, just be aware that you're working with an athlete. They do get sore and tired. You guys are going to be doing this for a while, so both of you don't want to be tired out. Which leads me to my next point. And that tip is that you need to also be fit yourself. You're working with these athletes all day long. You need to not necessarily be on their level, but you need to be able to keep up. You're running around with the camera all day. You're gonna need, it also helps to know the exercises that they're doing. There's some police down there. If you're fit yourself, you can keep up. If you know the workouts they're doing, it's going to help you be able to get through the shoot faster and more efficiently. Okay, that wasn't working out too well. So much going on, too many shoutouts, too many. You need to be able to stay fairly fit yourself. You don't have to be on the personal trainer's level, but you do need to be able to run around with the camera all day and be able to keep up with them. Like, you're gonna be sweating, you're gonna be hot. You need to be able to have you need to be able to have the endurance to keep up it. It's going to be more beneficial for you and the athlete. You'll be able to get through the shoot more efficiently and faster and just knock out shots and probably even get more than you had on your shot list. So yeah, just stay fit, stay healthy. It'll help you in the long run. Watch camera settings. Be sure to go handheld. That's all the tips I have for you today. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified when new videos are posted. Hit that like button if you want. Leave a comment if you want to see more behind the scenes like this. And I'll catch you on the next video. One quick thing, I wasn't even planning on making this video, but I was talking to my buddy on Instagram, the Schau. He was asking for fitness tips, so when I was telling him, I figured it'd be a great video to make. Be sure to go check out his channel. He has great beginner tips for people just getting into photography and just great advice in general. So be sure to give his channel a like because he kind of inspired this video.